And as soon as you push that choke in, the noise that it makes. What's up, guys? Nick the Harley Guy here with Rider Rot. Got my 96 Evo Heritage that I just got back on the road. So I actually got this bike about 4 years ago and did a little bit to this thing. So obviously it's not your stock Heritage like you had back in the day. Basically stripped the bike down. It's been lowered 2 inches in the rear progressives, 1 inch in the front. I do got 16-inch Carlini gangster apes, and I'll walk around the front with you guys, kind of fill you in. I'll show you all basically what all I've done to it. The motor itself, the stock 80-inch Evo, it's got Dennis Kirk drag pipes on it for the time being. I plan on maybe doing like an EV, I don't know what cam yet. We'll see. For the time being, this is kind of just a pop around town, be loud, set car alarms off, and blow flames out of the exhaust, because it catches his attention, that's for sure. It does ride like a hay wagon for how low it thing sets, but it's a fun bike. It's really fun. Like I said at the beginning of the video, these are, sorry, fix the mic. These are 16-inch Carlini gangster apes. Now, I had the Carlini Menace before. It was a little bit different style, a little bit narrower bar, but I really like the rounded style bar instead of the peak style bar that a lot of people are going with now. Along with that, I think the LA Choppers braided lines. Shout out to LA Choppers. Pretty much any riser, anything I use is going to be LA Chopper brand. It's got the full chrome, you know, housings, everything like that. I do still need to do the buttons. The front here, let me bring you around the front. I got the nacelle. A lot of people are like, hey, you got a Road King. I don't. This is the Heritage. I just got the different nacelle in the front. And going back to all the custom dynamics, these are the custom dynamics Pro Beam LED headlight, running lights, and main headlight. I also went with full LEDs down here, and if I can get you down a little bit lower, also on my fender light, it's all LEDs. So every light on the bike is going to be a full LED setup. So tons of bright light. People are going to be able to see me coming. I can see them coming, and just sets the look off on the bike. So in the rear end here, I got rid of the big tri-bar and the big Mickey Mouse lights for the turn signals. Went with custom dynamics. Shout out to them. Every bike I own, I run all custom dynamics lights on them. You know, lifetime warranty on these LEDs, and they're super bright. I'll hit the switch. Obviously it's bright out, so it's gonna be hard to see, but brake lights fully LED, and my bullets are bullets are LED also. So I'll hit the switch. I know you aren't gonna be able to see anything here, not too much, but I can tell you right now, it's way better than the older halogen lights, and it looks way better too. Don't have that big fat, you know, tri-bar. I also did a license plate laydown kit. This is from Harley. This is one of the branded products. Yes, I have a paper plate on it. Long story. I finally registered it, made it legal. So this we're good to go. I will fire this thing up. It should be warmed up. I just rode into work not long ago. So the part I love about the Evos is just the chop to them. They just sound good. Now I do got my idle turned up. Get in neutral. I have my idle turned up a little bit, so it was so low that my oil light would pop on every time I hit that lope. So there we go. But with the drag pipes, I think I need torque cones. I don't know. It doesn't have much back pressure, so I know I can get a lot more performance out of the bike. But honestly, this is my low and slow cruising. Don't have to make a lot of noise. But sounds good. What I'm going to do next, guys, is throw my helmet on, throw you guys on the GoPro, and I'm going to take you guys for a ride with me. Kind of talk about what it's like to ride with 16-inch apes and on an Evo 5-speed, because it's a different ride than riding my Road Glide or, you know, a newer style bike. So let's get to that. So normally I would never condone riding in shorts. I wasn't planning on filming this morning, but I had the opportunity, so let's go ride, not burn our legs and stuff. First off, Evos, they shake. See my watch? They shake pretty bad. I do have my quad lock phone mount, which is nice. You can lock right on there. Shout out to Quad Lock. I got the Vibe plate on there. All right, let's go. So this is a 5-speed. Oh, excuse me, sir. This is a 5-speed, so obviously I don't have that extra gear. Whew. It is a hot one today here. It's gonna be like over 90 something today. But let's go have some fun. So having 16-inch bars I get people all the time, you know, I am a shorter guy. Yes, most of you guys that follow me know that. It's one of the first things you guys say to me when you meet me. But I can reach these perfectly fine, going through turns and stuff like that. If you're, you know, sitting on a, you know, a street glide or a road glide, and you got 16-inch apes, they're gonna set a lot wider because of the fairing, which in return makes it a lot harder to ride, especially for someone with T-Rex arms like myself. But set up like this, I'm not as wide, so not bad. Now, trust me, I'm not gonna get on this thing and ride for 3 hours straight and be comfortable. All right. Balance point on these things, it's an older softail. It doesn't ride like, you know, an 18 or newer with the newer softail frame. So you can't, you know, lean this thing over real deep, especially with how much this thing's lowered. I will literally high side it. The other day when I first got back on this thing after having ridden it for a while, used to ride my road glide, and I got 13-inch shocks and performance built bike, and that I can throw down and scrape things. This, I took a turn and yeah, almost went off the side of the road. So gotta remember that if you ever hop on something like this. These old Evos, not much juice behind them. Pretty weak. What's up, guys? Pretty weak motor, not a lot of horsepower, but I can tell you right now, I know a guy who has an 80-inch Evo. He has some work done to it, and it will run with a Milwaukee 8 easily. No, single cam motor. It's one of the things I love about the Milwaukee 8 itself, is that it kind of goes back to the single cam engine, just like the Evo. And these Evos are bulletproof. I mean, you can beat the crap out of these things, ride the crap out of them. And trust me, before I got my road glide, when I go out riding with my buddies, I mean, I'd go out and this thing would be in the air sideways through a few turns. And she runs like a champ still. Now braking and everything like that, I mean, you're going back with the old single piston. I mean, you're not, there's no ABS. So that's entertaining when you got to make a really quick stop. And it's so funny how I'd swear by, you know, 14, 16-inch apes on bikes. I swore by them. I said there's no other way I'd ride a motorcycle. And going to those T-bars, you know, I got like a 12-inch rise-ish with a pullback. So I'm definitely not as high as I am right now. So getting back onto these things, you know, it's a different way of riding. I know this sounds silly, but when you're riding it, it makes you feel a certain way. Like, it puts you into this persona, and you're just like, yeah, I'm cool, when you're up in the air like this. So it's not bad. It's just a lot different ride than what I'm used to on that road glide. But on the other hand, it is fun to, you know, have the option to ride something like this and then get back onto that road glide. So if you're in a position where, you know, you got a nice touring bike that you can get out and be comfortable on, I would say go out if you're in a point in life where you can do it, and get yourself something like this, because this is gonna kind of throw you back to the roots of what, you know, riding a Harley, riding a motorcycle is about. You know, one of the reasons that I kind of, you know, went towards this era of bike, especially with the Evo, is, you know, the carbureted bike, it has its own smell. Like, when I was a kid, you know, my dad had an iron head, and he had different motorcycles, but I just remember the smell of the bike when it was warming up, the sound of the bike when the choke was pulled on it, and as soon as you push that choke in, the noise that it makes, the idle drops down, and sounds like a banjo playing. You could play music to it, and that's what I really, really love about this era of bike. It kind of just brings you back to the roots of what motorcycling is about. You know, getting out, getting the bugs in your face, hearing the old Evo scream at you. That's what it's about right here. I hope you guys had a good ride with me. If there's any questions you guys have about the bike, about, I mean, anything, I probably didn't hit everything I needed to think about, because I was kind of just out, you know, enjoying the ride. before we start work here today. But I hope everybody, today is Friday, has a great Friday. I got one more day left in the week. Tomorrow we do have a custom bike show here at Harley of Fort Wayne. So if you're watching this video and you're around the area, bring your bike out. And then on July 20th, I'm gonna have my first actual event, Nick the Harley Guy event. We're gonna have, you know, food trucks, a bunch of stuff like that, but the ride's called Operation 22. So I'm part of a nonprofit called FW22, and basically it's a nonprofit to help our veteran community out. You know, a lot of people struggle with mental health along with myself, and being able to help out the community and help out other people that are in that the same position, you know, is kind of what my life little goal is, you know. And we're gonna have a benefit ride. All the proceeds will go to FW22. We're gonna have a band out there playing. We're gonna have food. We're gonna have cigars by Rudy's. We're gonna have a lot of cool stuff. So if you guys get a chance, come out, check it out. But let's pull the old Heritage up here to the front. Let's have a little review over this thing, and yeah, get the day going. Here you guys go. 96 Evo Heritage. Took out for a spin. So this bike, it's a lot of fun to ride, but it's one of those bikes to where if you got a passenger, you realize I don't have a full back seat and I got a wife. She doesn't like riding on this bike because it is not a comfortable bike, to be honest with you. Other than that, it's fun. You know, if you want to go out, make noise, set car alarms off, and get old people to shake their head at you, because that seems to happen every time I ride this bike. It's fun. If you get a chance, like I said, and you guys got a big touring model bike, if you get the chance in life to where you can get something like this, do it. I promise you. Like I said a little bit ago, it takes you back to the roots. You get the wind in your face, you get the noise, you get the feel of not having ABS, not having traction control, not having all those amenities, which are nice, and I'm not putting those down, trust me. On my road glide, I appreciate those things, and I love those things, and I use those things, and I will never not want those things. But sometimes it's fun to hop on a bike and not have them, just to kind of get that feel again. So I appreciate you guys for coming to hang out. If you're still watching the video, if you aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me. I'm gonna have a lot more videos coming like this, and share the video, and we will talk to you guys next time. Don't ride in shorts either, kids, because it's not smart. But yeah.